Wow, I never thought I'd be saying this, but what is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 100 of the Bristol Rovers career mode series. And yes, we've managed to hit 100 episodes. This is by far my longest series on YouTube. I just want to thank everyone that supported me from day one back in December. It's just been an absolute roller coaster. I mean, we've had some ups, we've had some downs, and we've gone through about 5 or 6 seasons. It's just been an incredible series, and I'm sure you've liked it as much as I have. I know a lot of you guys have subscribed for Bristol Rovers career mode, and it's just incredible the support that you've given me since day one. We've shaped this squad so much. I mean, I've kept a few of the original players just for nostalgia, and some of them are still in the first team to this date, so that's quite impressive. 6 years on in this career mode, and we've still got some of the starters that are in the Bristol Rovers team in the conference as we speak right now. And yes, this is going to be a very special episode. I'm bringing you a 25-minute special episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. There's going to be 5 or 6 games in this episode, starting off with Liverpool. And it's going to be very, very, very good. I really hope that you guys do enjoy this, because this did take a lot of effort, as you probably would have guessed. And yes, we are going into this, going against Liverpool. But going back to my earlier point, I just want to thank you guys so much for the support that you've given me on this series. If you've commented on any of my videos, if you've liked any of these episodes of career mode, I just want to say thank you, because it just means the world to me that you guys love this series. And hopefully in FIFA 15 we can get a really big audience going, and we can, you know, enjoy career mode as a larger audience on this channel, and hopefully that will happen. But yeah, this is going to be such a great episode. I never thought I'd get to episode 100. And yeah, it's incredible. 6 years in this career mode, episode 100. It's a massive milestone in this series, it really is. And I don't think I'll ever be able to top this. Maybe I will, we'll wait and see. But going into this game against Liverpool, it was going to be very tough. But we did pick up a free kick here in the 51st minute. A really, really good chance to score as Mason Bennett whips it in to the far post. Ryan Brunt is there. Ryan Brunt's hit the post, and then he gets the rebound. Very, very lucky there to get the rebound after Joe Hart initially dived the right way for it. He didn't get a hand to it, but the first header did actually hit the post. And then the follow-up was just a simple tap-in for Ryan Brunt, as Joe Hart was just on the ground. He couldn't do anything, and it's quite interesting to see that Joe Hart has actually moved to Liverpool. Quite a controversial move there indeed, and Ryan Brunt does score in this match. Just about put it into the back of the net. Well, not just about, easily put that into the back of the net to make it 1-0. And to make things even worse for Liverpool, we got another great chance here. Timo Werner cuts inside onto his right foot, but he hits the crossbar. Very, very unlucky there from Timo Werner. Could have doubled our lead here in the 67th minute and made it 2-0. But unfortunately, his shot is a bit too powerful, and it hits the top of the crossbar and goes out of play. But we win the first game of this special episode, 1-0, a really good way to start off this episode. Ryan Brunt winning it, and once again it's a 1-0 scoreline. How many times have we seen it in this season alone? I mean, how many times have we won or lost a game 1-0? It's just been a very, very close season. You can see they didn't even have a shot on target, Liverpool. They were a little bit dominated by us in this game, and we end up winning it 1-0. So we're putting the pressure on Manchester United. Can we win the league title? We'll have to wait and see. And if we can actually win the league title, that would be absolutely incredible. I don't think that would be the end of the series unless you guys want me to move on to another career mode. It really does depend, because we're at a late stage in career mode, or in FIFA 14 generally, where it's going to be a little bit difficult to start a new career mode. And maybe I'll just carry on with this one until I actually manage to win the Champions League. We'll wait and see on that front. You can see we're going into the next game against Newcastle United. They've got an alright side, actually. They haven't got too bad of a side. And we are currently on 71 points. Manchester United are on 74. If we win this game, this could be very, very huge for us, especially as we are now title contenders. I didn't expect us to be at the beginning of the season, but we are now. And the first chance in the game did come here as John Taylor gets played through down that right-hand side. He takes on a shot, and then Mason Bennett follows it up with a header on the rebound after Tim Krul parried it into the face of his head, basically, and he put it into the back of the net and made it 1-0 there. at St James's Park, and that was a really good start for us. It was a really good start for John Taylor, as well as Mason Bennett getting another goal this season. He's been really, really good. He's been the dark horse of this series, I think, so far, because he's just gone a little bit hidden, really, because of course, he's overshadowed really by Ryan Brunt a lot, to be honest with you. And they did get a really good chance here, did Newcastle, in the 44th minute, just before half-time. But then we went on the counter-attack here. Gerard Hughes playing through Mason Bennett here. A really good chance to double our lead here as Mason Bennett fake shots inside. He lays it off to Gerard Hughes. Gerard Hughes goes with a finesse shot, but it just goes wide of the post. That would have been a really, really nice goal for Gerard Hughes. But once again, just like in the Capital One Cup final, he messes up that chance. I really thought he would have scored that. His finishing isn't bad whatsoever. He should have scored that. He should have doubled our lead. But nevertheless, we went into the second half really attacking. Once again, really nice 1-2 with Michael Smith. Michael Smith crosses it in, and it's Mason Bennett once again to get his second goal in the game and make it 2-0. That is a really, really nice header there, and a really, really good example of a team goal there. A nice little 1-2 with Ryan Brunt and Michael Smith, and then Michael Smith crosses it first time. What a cross it is, and Mason Bennett puts it into the back of the net. And to make it even worse for Newcastle, they were just falling apart in this match completely. Connor Cody plays through Josh Murphy here. Josh Murphy's got a really good chance to score. He cuts inside, he takes a finesse shot, and it goes into the back of the net, right into the top corner. What a goal that is from Josh Murphy. Probably one of the goals of the season, you could argue. The technique on that is just brilliant, considering Josh Murphy is not the best finisher in the world. But that is just a pure example of momentum right there. Getting the momentum in the game. Really good finesse shot into the top corner. Tim Krul stood no chance there. And we triple our lead, actually. It's now 3-0, which is absolutely amazing. Beating Newcastle 3-0. Are we going to win the league title now? Probably not just yet. I'm sure Manchester United will be winning their game, but we will wait and see. That is a great goal from Josh Murphy, one of the goals of the season, and Tim Krul just couldn't believe his luck as he's 3-0 down here at St James's Park, and Josh Murphy gets his third goal in the BPL. But they weren't going to give up. They were going to try and make an epic comeback here as Hassan Ben Arfa lays it off to Debuchy. Debuchy tries to cross it back into Ben Arfa. Ben Arfa has a shot, and he follows up the rebound and puts it into the back of the net. Robert Lainton should have done a lot better there. I mean, he parried it straight into the path of him. What are you going to expect? Him to miss that chance from pretty much 2 yards out? I mean, that's ridiculous. The defenders as well, they were just really not ready for that. I think they really should have defended better there. But nevertheless, we were still creating chances. It wasn't over for us. We were still going to create chances. And as Ryan Brunt gets on the ball here, he plays through Ever Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson takes a touch. He has a shot, and his left foot shot is an absolute peach of a shot. That is an incredible goal by Ever Gunnarsson, and our youth player comes on at left midfield. I thought I'd give him a chance. Ryan Brunt plays him through, and that is an incredible strike. I mean, I don't know how that goes into the back of the net, and I just had to show you guys the sliders because once again, we're scoring some stupidly good goals. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You'd think that sliders would be on, but of course, I never put sliders on. I'm not like that. I would never cheat in any career mode game whatsoever. It was just an incredible finish, and we were just really dominating. It was one of the performances of this season, maybe even the whole career mode. I don't even know, but we were just absolutely bossing it out there. Mason Bennett getting 2 goals. Josh Murphy getting 1, and Ever Gunnarsson also getting another one to make it 4-1 against Newcastle and win us the game. So that is a really, really good result for us. We're starting to score some more goals now, building up momentum. Hopefully, this is a good sign for the future and for the future games that we do have left. I think we have about 5 or 4 games left. And once again, it's just 0-0 for all of the games that were actually played in the Barclays Premier League. That is a glitch if any of you guys are wondering in career mode, and it's quite an annoying one at that. But we're going to have a little look at the squad report here, just have a look at some of the players that have grown. Michael Smith, despite being on the decline, he's actually gone up to 70 overall, which is brilliant to see because he is our first choice right back for now, as Elliot Hewitt is just not a good right back at all. I will be replacing him next summer, hopefully, if this series does go on into the next season. But yeah, we got a lot of players growing here, and it's nice to see that because, you know, players like Timo Werner, who came in for free pretty much because we swapped him with Callum Wilson with Stuttgart, and he's now 72 overall. Ever Gunnarsson, 67 overall. Marquez Amorim, he's a real exciting talent. And with regards to Germano Rossina, I sent him out on a short-term loan. He's still not growing. It's a little bit frustrating. I'm just going to end up selling him if he doesn't grow by the end of the season, because I'm not dealing with players that are not going to grow, because it's just not fair, really, is it? I mean, it's a waste of wages, and if I can sell him to a club where he's going to get game time, then it's probably best that I just do that. Even though he is 70 overall at the age of 17, that's still pretty good, but he doesn't have a potential status. But you can see here, it is the first of the month. We're going to have a look at our youth squad, and we've got Jack Butland here, which we can finally sign. He has been boosted in his stats and his potential as well. Back up to 64 to 68, and his potential is 79 to 85. But Josh Parker looks a lot better than him, and I may end up signing him once he's 16 if he keeps or maintains his potential, because that is a ridiculous potential. And looking at his potential stats as well that he could have in the future, he could be a really, really good youth player for us, even though he'll probably only be with Bristol Rovers for one season, of course, because maybe this will be the last season after this season of the Bristol Rovers career mode. But we'll wait and see on that front. We'll wait and see what's going to happen with this series, and we'll wait and see what you guys do want to see. But we're going into the next game here, and it's going to be against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, of course, they are another side that have been promoted, just like I think it's Watford. Yeah, it's Watford that's been promoted. So Wolves and Watford have been promoted in this career mode up to the Barclays Premier League, which is interesting to see. But it certainly wasn't as interesting as this. What a save that was from George Long. He's on steroids at the moment. He's absolutely incredible. Another great save there to deny Wolves. And it's just, look at that. I mean, how he gets down to his left and saves that, I have no idea. That is a really, really solid save. And he was absolutely awesome in this match. I'm just going to give it away right now. He was saving every single chance that Wolves had. And as they go through here, Goldborn has a really good chance to cross it in. They do put it into the back of the net, but luckily the EA gods were on my side. He was offside, only just though. That was a really good chance to score, and I thought he was actually onside, and that was a goal, and we would have been 1-0 down. But still, they were creating even more chances as they get a corner here. A really, really good chance to score. They were all over us in the first half, and it was just ridiculous to see how many chances they were creating. They swing in the cross here, and as the header comes back down, they have a shot, and that's just incredible. I don't know how he saved that. That's got to be the save of the season. Look at this. What a save that is. I mean, the shot's tame. The shot is very tame. But to keep that out, to have the reactions to keep that out, that's just incredible. And then the follow-up header from the next corner is pretty meagre, and we end up clearing the ball away. And that was the end of that chance. But into the 49th minute here, we pick up the ball, and then we get taken out. And you know what that means. We get a penalty, and this is a really good chance to take the lead here. Very undeserved, because Wolves were all over us. Like I said, in the first half, they were so dominant. But nonetheless, we pick up the ball here with Lazaro. You could argue that's not a penalty, but it is a foul in the box. So I guess it is a penalty, actually. Lazaro gets taken down. I decide not to give it to John Taylor because he's got 31 penalties. Why would I give it to him? I'd give it to the man that won the penalty in the first place, which would be Valentino Lazaro, the highest penalty taker in the team. 77 penalties. Is he going to score? We go to the left, but unfortunately the goalkeeper saves it. I couldn't believe it. And, you know, in career mode, it's always best just to go down the middle, in my opinion, because the goalkeeper hardly ever stays down the middle. So that's something that I have learnt. But nevertheless, we get a really good chance here as Widdowson crosses the ball into the middle. Ryan Brunt wins a header, and we put it into the back of the net. Ryan Brunt, our saviour, once again. Despite missing the penalty earlier on in the game, Ryan Brunt makes up for it. Salutes to the Bristol Rovers fans, and scores the goal, which could be a vital goal here in this match. A really, really vital goal. Joe Widdowson with a peach of a cross into the middle and a peach of a header from Ryan Brunt. A really good header, and we win the game 1-0. Another 1-0 win. How many times have we won a game 1-0? It's just ridiculous. I could say it over and over again. I think I've probably said it about 5 or 6 times in the past 3 episodes, how we keep winning games 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. But to be honest, we're just not creating enough chances to win it by any more. I mean, the amount of shots that we're having on target, they're just not good enough. So even though we're winning games, I would prefer that we actually that we actually get a few more goals into the back of the net. But you can see we're going to have a look at Jack Butland right now, and he's not the goalkeeper. He is actually our youth player, and he looks like a really good player. He's an exciting prospect as well, which is really good to see. He's got some good physical stats, which is also nice to see, apart from his strength, which is a little bit poor, and he's got low work rate as well, which is a bit of a shame. Same as Gerard Hughes, actually. They've both got low work rates, and that is something that needs to be fixed in career mode, because they can't be that lazy, can they? I mean, these youth players can't be that lazy. I would understand if they were like 34, 35, and they had low work rates because they just couldn't be bothered to move about the pitch. Then I would understand that they'd have low work rates. But come on, EA. I mean, a youth player having low work rates, it's just not on. It really isn't. And as we go into the next game against West Ham here in the Barclays Premier League, we were hoping to continue our form in winning games, and we'll have a little look at the league table at the end of the episode just to see where we are. I think we will be closing in on Manchester United at the rate that we're going right now as we go into this game against West Ham. They have an alright side. I mean, some of their players, I do know, they don't have that great potential, and they really are quite low in overall, and that is because West Ham have quite an ageing side in career mode, and that is why they are playing such weak overall players. But nevertheless, West Ham were going all out in this game, just like with Watford, and as Ravel Morrison gets played through here, it's a great shot, but it hits the post and goes out of play. Very unlucky from Ravel, and that could have been 1-0 there for West Ham, but unfortunately for them, they couldn't put it into the back of the net. That was a really good chance, and I would have expected him to do better there. But maybe I will actually end up signing Ravel Morrison next season because he looks like an incredible player. But nonetheless, James Wallace goes through here. 1-on-1, he has a shot, but Spiegel makes a really good save there and keeps the score at 0-0. That's just a great name, isn't it? Spiegel for a goalkeeper. I mean, you could just say that every day. It's just such a fun name to say. And Spiegel makes the save and keeps it at 0-0. But nonetheless, they created another chance here as West Ham go through. Fanimo takes the shot and he puts it into the back of the net. I couldn't believe it. Fanimo is not the highest overall. I think he starts at 52 overall in these career modes. And somehow he managed to finish that. I mean, that's a great finish to him. I can't take it away from him. But West Ham scoring there, that was a ridiculous through ball. And they put it into the back of the net. I couldn't believe it. They make it 1-0 in this match. And we had a lot of work to do if we were going to win this match, because we were down 1-0. And we really did need to start getting some attacks going, because that's really what we were lacking in. And as James Wallace cuts inside here, it's a really good chance for him as he gets muscled off the ball, but he picks it up again. James Wallace passes it through to Mason Bennett. Mason Bennett crosses it back in to James Wallace. James Wallace wins the header and James Wallace scores. He puts it into the back of the net. He makes it 1-1 and he levels up the game. A really nice play there from Mason Bennett and James Wallace linking up there, the English links. And it was a really good finish for James Wallace. Spiegel didn't save that and we level up the game. Really good chance and really well taken as well, actually. Really nice team goal once again. We're very good at these team goals. And once again, a really good chance here in the 80th minute. Marcus Amorim going for a header, but it hits the crossbar. Very unlucky. That could have been the goal that gave us the lead here, but unfortunately hits the crossbar and it goes out of play. It was very unlucky there, but we still have one more chance in the game. 90th minute. One extra added minute of time. We had to get the ball up the pitch just so the ref wouldn't blow the whistle. We went ultra attacking. We turned the defender. We cross it in. Is Mason Bennett going to get it? Yes, he is. He puts it into the back of the net. He makes it 2-1. And we get the lead here late on in the game. That is a really crucial goal. Probably the most important goal of this season so far, because that really could save our title hopes here. We're going to be qualifying for the Champions League, but that really has saved our title hopes. A really good cross into the middle. Mason Bennett wins a header and we end up winning the game 2-1. Only just after going down 1-0 to Fanimo's finesse shot round George Long in the 43rd minute. We managed to bring it back in the second half, and in the dying embers of the game, we win it 2-1. Great game that was, and it was a really fun game to play in, and we end up winning it 2-1. Very even game, actually. I mean, you can see there 5 shots 3 on target to 5 shots and 2. It could have gone either way, and West Ham probably could have won that if Ravel Morrison tucked his chance away in the first half. But nevertheless, they didn't. And we're tied with Manchester United on 80 points at the moment. Liverpool aren't going to be catching us anytime soon. And yes, we are going into this next game, and it will be against Spurs, which will be the final game of this episode. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this extra long episode of Career Mode. And if you have, please be sure to smash that like button, as it really does help out my channel. But anyway, we're going into this game against Spurs, and I really did need to sort out the team in this match, because for some reason the fixtures, they were too cramped basically in this month, and it meant that a lot of these players were tired, so I had to rotate the squad a little bit and make sure that I chose a team that was basically fit enough to play. And we've got a lot of rotation now in the squad. We've got a lot of players that can play in different positions. We've got a lot of wingers. We've got a lot of attackers. One thing we don't have is a lot of defenders, as in wing backs. And that is something that I need to change next season. We need to get some more wing backs. We also need to get a clinical finisher, just a poacher. Maybe someone that's not the fastest, but has really good attack positioning, really good work rates, really good weak foot, and really good finishing. If we can get that, we got a really good chance of winning the Champions League, because that's something that we do lack, a clinical finisher. You could argue Ryan Brunt is certainly that, but he's not. He really isn't a clinical finisher. I mean, 77 finishing, it is good, but it's not good enough to be a clinical finisher and finish every single chance. We need a poacher. We need someone like Soldado. Yeah, maybe not like Soldado, actually. That's probably not a good example. But to be fair to him, he did have a bit of a rocky start to his first season. But anyway, enough of the Soldado antics. We're going into it against Spurs, and you will be able to see the Barclays Premier League table. If we win this match, I mean, Manchester United, they have superior goal difference to us. We have 31, they have 60, but we're only 3 points behind them. So it's still in the balance. We still could win it. I think the last game of this season is actually going to be against Manchester United. So we've set it up for an incredible finish here. Is it going to be one of those games just like the Manchester City game a few seasons ago against QPR? We'll wait and see. It's going to be very interesting to see. But the first chance in the game here did come to Spurs, as a really good shot by Jackson Martinez, and then Holtby picks up the ball. He goes for a long shot, and it's put into the back of the net. That is an incredible goal by Lewis Holtby. I didn't expect him to put that into the back of the net, but nevertheless, he did put it into the back of the net, and he made it 1-0 to Spurs here very early on in the game, actually. And I mean, George Long made an initial good save, but he couldn't expect that to come into his goal, and he really didn't expect that whatsoever. And in the 73rd minute here, the next chance in the game did fall to us, as Lazaro goes on the break here. Really good chance for our young Austrian winger here, as he goes inside, he cuts back inside with the fake shot. He goes running through the defence, has a shot, but it's a great save by Corley in the net. And the score remains at 1-0 to Spurs. But a really good chance from the corner here. Would we finally get a goal from a corner? Because we just haven't this season. We really haven't scored that many. Is this our time to get a corner goal? Let's wait and see. We cross the ball into the middle. It's the Skeles who wins the header. He puts it into the back of the net, and he levels up the game. The one time that I need him to score a goal, the one time I need a defender to put the ball into the back of the net from a corner, it's Lascelles, the hero, the man that we bought from Sheffield United. He's been absolutely brilliant, and that is a great goal there. Really good header past the goalkeeper, looping over the goalkeeper into the back of the net, and that is finally his first goal in the Barclays Premier League, and his first goal for Bristol Rovers. Finally! How long has that taken? We signed him like last summer, or was it in the January window? I think it was in the January window, but still, you'd expect us to score or put more on target from the corner spot, but obviously we need to work on that as well. Get a free kick taker that can whip those balls into the box, but Lascelles gets the goal, and that does mean that we do pick up a point, which is okay, but I don't think it'll be enough to win us the league title, but we'll wait and see. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger here, guys. I know I'm going to leave it here because I want you guys to... I want to leave it on a cliffhanger, basically, and we'll wait and see in the next episode, episode 101, if we're actually going to win the league title. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you can leave a like on this video, that would be much appreciated. This did take me a while to make. Subscribe if you're new for daily videos, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.